Welcome everyone. This is Michael Ricardo or Michael Ramon Ricardo, whatever you want to call me. Uh, I'm just super excited about what this year is going to be like because a lot of times we make procrastinations, and I want to talk about procrastination. Where does this all come from? Why do we procrastinate? And is it that we really want to do this? Is it something that we look to do, or is it something that is just a habit? Well, procrastination, a lot of times we procrastinate because we don't write down, we don't make known what we plan to do. We don't have a goal set. We don't go out and live our life the way that we could. Go out and live. We don't go out and live planning things accordingly to how we see fit. And when we don't know how to make goals, we don't know how to plan things. We don't know how to write certain things down. And people wonder why we have to write things down. Why would we have to have a calendar? Or why would we have to have a journal or certain things like that for us to keep up with what we want to do? Well, procrastination, it can also stem from when we utilize a lot of our digital stuff and we try to make plans through our digital stuff. Now, maybe people could master that. But the one thing about when you do use a lot of digital, you tend to forget that you either put it inside your computer or inside your phone. And a lot of times, when the computer crashes or when the phone ends up messing up on you, or if you lose your phone or certain things like that, you have a lot of your data. If you don't back it up, all of your schedule, anything that you may have written down, that's lost. But how often do we keep a journal? How often do we keep a calendar? See, a majority of people utilize technology and utilize a lot of these things. And it's great that we do have technology, but we cannot forget about the basics. Procrastination will come from when we don't write things down. We are like boats without a destination, and we will be lost in the middle of the waters if we don't have a destination to get to. If we don't have a way that we can, complete a goal. When we have a goal that we can complete and we write that goal down, it makes it so much easier for us. So this is just another stem from having a calendar or having a journal, because when you have those things, now you know exactly what you have in mind. And I still want to touch on the book of Habakkuk. When you write things down, you make things plain, it becomes so much easier for you and for others to know, okay, on this day, I did say I was going to do this. But when I get done with this at an earlier time, I'm able to fit in what? Another thing. So now my schedule is fit according to what I know I could do, because time-wise, in which we cannot override time, but we can, in certain ways, shorten things up if we could, or maybe add something if we could. But it's good to write things down. It's good to actually have why something is in this spot or why something is in that spot. So then that way we can conquer procrastination. Now there's something that everybody has, at different timings. We might procrastinate to meet with somebody, procrastinate to make a phone call, procrastinate to do this, procrastinate to do that. And there's a 4 quadrant on certain things that you have as far as procrastination. And I can go deep into all of that, but I'm just going to touch on it. You have your unimportant and also not urgent. That's 1 quadrant, where it might be a phone call to somebody, but it's not important at the time, and it's not urgent. Later on down the line, it might be important. Later on down the line, it might be urgent. But because it's just a phone call and it's not something to do with what's happening right now, it's not urgent. Then you have your unimportant, but it's urgent, where, something has to be done right now. But even though it may not be done, it's not going to be that bad. Oh, can you go ahead and do this? Oh, well, I can't really do that. Okay, well, it's urgent, but I'm going to get somebody else. It's not that important. I'm going to get somebody else. So it's not important, but it is urgent, and you got to get it out of the way. Then you have something that's very, very important, but it's not due yet. It might be probably weeks down the line. It might be even months down the line, but it is important. You want to get it out of the way sometime. So that's something that you do want to have written down. But then you have your very important and your very urgent things that have to be done. If they're not done, then it's going to throw so many things off on your calendar. And when you schedule your calendar, you make things to go perfectly like that, then you can start organizing your life. And procrastination, soon you'll be the type of person who rarely procrastinates, because it's going to be things that will be thrown at us here and there, and we may procrastinate on certain things because of how time is. When we know we only have 24 hours in a day, what could we do? We can't override it, but what we can do is become better in organizing our calendar and organizing our journals and organizing our life. So I can go so deep into this, but I'd rather break it down so that way you can also take each chunk, because it's not good to eat a whole elephant, but to take one bite at a time, right? So what we're going to do, I might have another video as far as breaking down the reason for having the written calendar, and not one inside your phone or not one inside a computer, because you want to have it with you. You can have a small pocket calendar, or you can even have a one that you can kind of carry to the side. You might be able to pull it out and then say, okay, this is what I have planned. You can show it to other people at the same time, and you won't have it lost. So I'll talk about why having a written calendar, and also why having a written journal, and other things that you can utilize to help for finances and other things of that sort. But this is Michael Ricardo. I thank you all. Love you all. God bless.